Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here today. I wanted to start out this part of this video to tell you guys I just discovered Temu today. So like I've heard people talking about it for a while, but I've never looked into it. I saw an ad on Facebook for garden art for like $2 and I'm like, show me more. So I went and I investigated, and like as a first time shopper, I guess you get like, I know it said 92% off. I don't know, but you guys, I literally just ordered 17 items. 15 of those are garden related, and probably 9 are like actual decor, like bird baths, wind chimes, little angel statues, and so I'm so excited. It's all extra stuff, you know, like extra gardeny. It was like $115 for 17 items. Isn't that insane? And it's not like 6 weeks shipping like I found from other places. Like I'm sure you guys have heard of those too. But anyway, so I'm really excited and I want to tell you guys about it. Because when it comes in, I'm going to be sharing it with you because it's all gardening stuff. Except for I got like a car seat belt from Maple and a set of wooden spoons that were beautiful. And everything else I think is like outdoor garden stuff. So I'm really excited to show you when that comes in. I'm going to get to my workout for the day. Oh, and I wanted to mention that also, because I was just editing that last video this morning. You guys, I've not filmed in like 4 days. Like, we had a fun weekend. Half of it, I felt low energy. The other half, we went and played on the lake with my family. And then we just did things around the house. Like, we didn't work on any projects. I didn't work out in the garden. It was really just a lot of recuperating. And Monday was busy with work, and today's Tuesday. Here we are. So, I'm going to try and get back into the swing of filming, but I think we're kind of just reaching this point with our projects where, you know, things are slowing down a bit. So, now you know. Okay, so I am post-workout. Got to get my drink in and move the laundry from the washer to the dryer. Go turn the pool off. And I just noticed while I was in the kitchen that my zinnias in my window, have died. They're, you know, they're done. They're like, they ran out of water. So, my bad. Anyways, so plenty out in the garden. So I'm going to go cut some more of those whenever I'm out. Turning the pool off. So, just going to get a few things done around the house really quick. So, I need to get dressed for the day and do all those things I just mentioned. So see, here are sad little zinnias, but that's okay. We can fix it. Oh, and check out our recent garden goodies. I was telling my husband last night, I was like, man, we got to make something with these. The last time we got this guy full, we did a, I don't know if you would call it a casserole, but my husband did it on the grill. But it was squash and zucchini and potatoes and seasonings. And it's so yummy. But anyways, we're just getting a handful of tomatoes. But everything is really starting, so I'm optimistic that within, you know, a couple of weeks maybe, we'll start having big tomato harvests. I just realized this jar I used is actually... It was, you know, like those sugar jars that have the little lid with the pour spout for coffee. That's what this is. I couldn't find my small mason jars when I made that bouquet. I've also got this bucket of scraps here my husband left down here from when we did the squash and stuff. So I'm going to take that out at the same time. And where are my scissors? Find some scissors. So eventually I'm going to do an organizing project with you guys, because here's what our drawers look like. Not fun. And just as time goes by, I find different areas that I'm like, well, that would be like a nice little project. Like, for example, our closets need some work. So does that laundry room. And it would just be nice to take care of it. I think I mentioned in my last video how my bedroom is just now starting to get on my nerves and I'm feeling kind of motivated to do something about it. And part of it is this area here where we've just left stuff. This dresser, I don't even know what's in here. In fact, I'm going to look with you guys because I think, oh, don't break on me now. What in the world? Open. In one of these drawers, there's, that light's annoying. In one of these drawers is a ton of herbal tea that I bought. A lot of it's medicinal herbal tea for specific ailments. So it's not anything we use all the time. It's something I wanted to have on hand, like a medicine cabinet in a worst case scenario. You know, we've got tea for allergies, tea for headaches, tea for inflammation, different things like that. Anybody else have a dog like this? You bend over and they come and stand between your legs. Like, what you looking at? What you looking at? This dresser is a crisis. Maple, get out from between my legs. I'm looking for, I have this sign thing on the kitchen island, and you, like, it has all these different ones, sayings that you can swap out. And that's why I'm realizing I need to tackle these projects. Like this part of my closet, you guys, we did this whole new system. It's organized. It is lovely. But then over here, look at this. Randomness. This is let me turn this around because it's super cool. I want to show you guys. This is a hand mold kit that I got my husband for, I think, Valentine's Day. Anyways, we keep talking about this, so we need to do this. I'm going to set it out to remind myself. But I really would love to find those sign thingies. They're small and they're square, and I know where they were at the other house. And I don't recall seeing them here at all. But yeah, so see, we just have all this junk piled up. This is somebody's diploma. Whose diploma is that? Stuck underneath a gun. Can you say that word on YouTube? Isaac. It's Isaac's high school diploma. Nice. Great spot for it. Super. Okay. So, no luck there. So we just need to get it organized. Don't get excited. We're not doing it today. Because I guess I'm just venting. And really want to find those sign things, because the one, I'll show you what I mean on my way out. Did I get my scissors? I got my scissors. It has said spring ever since we moved in, and it's one of them little things that just, it's wrong, so it gets on my nerves. These things, hello spring, and this one says hello sunshine. It's two different ones, and all of these you can take out. I have 3 of them all together. I don't know where the other one is. And it came with like 25 different sayings. So for seasons and holidays and birthdays and anniversaries and stuff, you can swap them all out. And for like a year, I've been doing that. I love it. I think it's cute. So when I come in here and I see that it says spring, I'm like, no, it's not. Anyway, let's go do this stuff outside. Y'all, it is so humid and muggy. So muggy today. Anyways, look at that. How pretty. The sunflowers are almost up. Almost. And it looks like the ornamental sweet potato vine is choking out the petunias. But that's okay. I'm not mad at it. I love the color difference between the chartreuse and the grass green. And I need to weed in there a bit. But you know what's funny is I've had this weird opinion of weeds this year, like never before in my life. And the opinion is that I could care less. Isn't that strange? It's so strange. And when I think about it, when I stop and think about it, I'm like, who's this girl? That's not me. I hate weeds. And then I'm like, I just don't care. They don't bother me. I don't love them, no. I don't think it looks fabulous, no. But I literally don't stress over it, which is so new for me. Because as a gardener, I've always wanted my
landscape beds to look gorgeous, meticulous. I watch videos of people with perfect mulch, and man, hear the cicadas. They're hollering today. Everything is loud, and I guess they're all happy from all the rain we've had. Anyway, I've just always wanted it to look perfect, and it doesn't, and I don't care. That's the amazing part. I don't care. Look how good the kitchen garden looks. Oh, look it, there's 2 kitties. So one thing I did not share in the few days that I was not filming, wow, this feels like a warm coastal breeze right now. See how much the plants are moving? Okay, a few things. Side note, I'm really distracting myself here. We didn't feel like these cucumbers were producing anything at all, and my husband found like a large one down here in the bottom last night. So we're excited, and we just need to be more observant. In the few days I wasn't filming, something big happened around here. 3 of our cats disappeared. Mama Nugget, and Ernesto, the orange one, and Cornelius, the blonde one. So this would have been, let's see, today's Tuesday. This was Thursday evening. We came home from the gender reveal for our new grandson. And we saw all the cats. Life was normal. Friday morning, only saw Sterling, the silver one, and he was crying nonstop. He would follow you everywhere. He needed extra attention, extra loves. He was very mopey, which once we realized the rest of his family were missing, we understood why he was acting that way. But then they were all missing. I'm like, what in the world? And so we looked everywhere on our property, under our house, under the buildings, in the buildings, way over by my old garden, by our trash pile, by anything we have stored up that they could be hiding under. Because we had recently had lots of rain and some storms that I thought maybe that would cause them to try to take shelter somewhere other than all the places they already have, you know, here to do it, but whatever. Anyways, no luck, couldn't find them. Posted on Facebook for our local family and friends, and eventually, like 4 days later, Ernesto turned up, and he is our orange cat. And one of the reasons why he is so special, not only is he a cool cat, he's super sweet. We really like him. He's right here. One of the reasons why he's so special is because over at our daughter Ella, she's 15, over at her mom's house, she has been given permission to get an inside cat for the first time. Now, this girl is such an animal lover. Over there, man, she's got like a rat, a ferret, 2 lizards, a fish tank. She's got like 12 pets, okay? Inside pets. But they have 2 big dogs over there. Those golden doodles, I think is what they are. Anyways, and so in order for her to have a cat there, it needs to be inside, and it needs to be able to be in the basement where Ella's room is to keep it away from the dogs. So there's just been a whole lot of stuff going on, but finally she was given permission from her mother to have an inside cat. When this litter was born, her mom said, yes, in a few months you can do that. So Ella has been counting down for like 3 months until the end of July, when she's allowed to take Ernesto home with her to her mom's house, and she is so excited. And I understand why. She loves animals. She loves cats. That's her cat. When Nugget had her litter, she picked out Ernesto day 1. That orange cat was her cat that was going to go with her to her mom's house. Well, then here they all disappear except this guy. This guy is my guy. This is Sterling. He's gray. I loved Cornelius too, and I'm so sad about Cornelius. He was beautiful, blonde cat. Anyways, this is my cat, and he was the only one left. And it's like, so sad. And he was so sad because cats need a buddy. You know, they need somebody to play with. So, thankfully, he showed up like across the field at our neighbor's house. Don't know how he even got all the way over there. I'm perplexed about the entire situation, honestly. Because I don't understand how, why 3 of them would have left, but Ernesto didn't go with. I mean, Sterling didn't go with. It's all confusing to me. It makes me sad. I don't really have any hopes of finding the other ones, but we have, we've let all of our family and friends know, and we've done everything that we could, really. And knowing that in about a week or two, Ernesto is going to the other house, her other house, Ella's other home, then Sterling is going to be alone again, because we do have one more cat. She's inside. Peaches is Riley's cat. She stays in his room. She is his cat. And when Riley eventually moves out, which there's no telling when that will be, maybe in the next year, she will go with him. She's his cat. And she's not a social cat anyway. She's weird. She's temperamental. So she wouldn't do any other cats out here any favors. She wouldn't play with them and stuff. So, we're going to have to get another cat. But ironically, or as serendipitous, you may call it serendipitous. My husband has this aunt that lives in the next town over. And back when we actually got Nugget and Tater, which Tater disappeared last year. He was a male. We got Nugget and Tater, brother and sister. Last year, they came from her. They came from his aunt. So apparently she has a couple cats and she just doesn't spay them. And so every so often she has litters and she's giving away cats. So my husband was like, when I said, we'll have to find a cat for Sterling when he's here alone again soon. And he said, I think my aunt just posted on Facebook that she had a litter. And we looked, and it's 3 blonde cats. It's blonde kittens like Cornelius, the one that we lost. Wow, this pole is bending. Yeah, these are so heavy. So that's something else I wanted to point out to you guys. My husband, I ordered new strand lights for in the garden. I don't know if you can see those right there. I'll turn the camera around in a second. And so now we have 2 different types of lights up here. And the original type is very heavy. And he said that once he got it all up, all the way across, the poles that have the old set on it are sagging because they're so heavy. So he said I need to order some more of the new kind. So see, this is the kind we had before. We had them on the back patio at the other house. You can see the solar panels here. And I don't know if you can really tell, but this pole is sagging. Like if I pull it, this is if it were straight up and you let it go. See, it goes that way. So the new set, they're just different bulbs. I don't know where I can show you very well right here. They're different bulbs. They're a little further spaced out. And I just need to order one more set. But so, I mean, for now, it's across all the way across. But you see that? See how that's leaning? So, I need to fix that. One thing I wanted to show you too is a lot of the seeds I put in that last video with you guys have come up because again, it's been 4 or 5 days. But, I mean, first, look at this. These are my Kajari melons. They are just getting long enough for the arch that is so exciting. And one guy, this one right here, reached up and grabbed it himself. That's fun. So, just need to, yeah, these are long enough. Just need to get them turned over that way. Fun. All right. And here is where we did sunflowers. And look at these guys coming up. That's super. A lot has happened because we've had such warm, wet weather that a lot of things have germinated. Looks like a lot of these haven't. These are tiny herb seeds. Okay. But if you come over here, these are my noodle beans. Check these guys out. They're coming up. And then these tomatoes just keep putting on really good. I'm going to have to find some way to actually tie these to the trellis because they're just kind of here. And then there's another spot I wanted to show you guys. Just barely have some peas peeking through, and I think that's because it's warm. Wow, look at all these jalapenos in here falling. You see those? There's a ton in there. I need to pick peppers today. This one, oh yeah, so those are starting to come up. I need to pick these today as well. Look at all our sweet peppers. Gorgeous. Basil in there coming back after I harvested it. This sweet pea, this sweet potato vine is flourishing. I love it. Love these marigolds. Over here, ironically, this sweet potato vine is not as happy, but it is finally starting to sprawl, so we'll have him go that way. This is my dill that fell over, which thankfully I did already harvest some off of. But yeah, a lot of stuff in here looking cool. I'm having to really watch where I step because I guess one of the cats or something, it's not the dog, is just like randomly pooping places. I guess maybe it's the cats pooping in the mulch. I don't know. I don't like that. I'm going to have to clean that up. Kitty cats, y'all better stop that. That's gross, buddy. Still loving this red rose. I was thinking about cutting some off for that bouquet that we're fixing to do, but I think most of these are really past their prime. Yeah, cute looking. Oh, this was something else I was going to look at with you guys, is the seeds I planted in here that I'm very worried about the cats playing in. This is all carrots, but if you see, we've got germination all across, so maybe they'll be fine. This one is a lettuce blend, and I see some things coming up. I'll just have to see. Buddy, get out of there. Get out of there. These are carrots. I see some grass seeds coming up, but also some carrots. Oh, and look at this. These are our watermelons. That strawberry watermelon surrounded by gomphrena. What is that? Get out of there. So I saw this from my office window. That's exciting. This might be gomphrena. It's super tiny. So we'll just wait and see. But that's great. And then lastly over here, look at our flowers. Tons and tons. Tons of flowers coming up. So I just wanted to show you guys that. I don't know what's up with that poo in the kitchen garden all of a sudden. It really seems too small to be maple. But because she comes out alone all the time now, because she has her shock collar on, so she can go a 65-foot radius around the house. It's been perfect. It's been great. Saves me from having to come out with her every single time. But then also because she has no direction, she's just running outside. She just kind of poos wherever she wants, and we really need to train her better to go in certain places because we don't want it all over the place. You know, we're one of those people, we like our lawn, we like our flower beds, whatever. That's the reason why we never free range chickens, because we didn't want them just all over, pooping all over the place. But both cats follow me to the garden. Anyway, so yeah, that's annoying. I still need to replace these 2 fruit trees back here that died. But let me show you the in-ground garden. My husband tilled out here just a couple of days ago, so it looks decent, but it's really been too wet to do the whole thing, especially over here in our vine patch, because we've had so much rain. But look at our sunflower row. It's kind of weird. It's tall and short and then tall. Look, we took out all the cages of all the tomatoes we had lost, and that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least. So that is crazy. My husband has never planted tomatoes this far back, and next year we're thinking we'll do our in-ground potatoes here. But whatever it is, there's something, I don't know if there's not enough nitrogen, if there's not enough everything, but either way, these tomatoes have really struggled. Oh, there's a big zucchini. I can't pick it because I'm allergic to that plant. But here are cucumbers. We're going to get a vine up, or a trellis system up here really soon. And then this second chunk right there, that's gourds, different varieties. And we're going to do another fence over there, because then here we've just got zucchini and then yellow squash. So these 2 sections need to be trellised. And then we left this grass here in the middle. But you guys, look how good these are doing. They're doing so great. They're very like grassy and weeded up, My husband was going to come in here. That's why he left the tiller here. He was going to till in this the last time he was working. But he said it was just too wet. So he just did like around the edges. And just very like a one pass really. And I told him I thought it would be easier if when he goes to do that, if I came out here and held the vines kind of up out of the way. Just so he can get like a really good pass. And then maybe, you know, within a week or two, we won't have to till out here. Because you see how well the vines are growing in. This is what I wanted to show you. Look at this. A baby watermelon. That's fun. We just found that the other day. So then if you're new here and you've not seen this part, these big leafy ones, these are all pumpkins. All on this right side, tons of pumpkins. No, we don't need that much. Some are for food preservation, for canning, but then a good chunk of them are for like fall decor, and I'll probably just give away excess because they're varieties I really wanted to try, and I seeded heavy, and then a lot came up. But then this side over here is watermelon. So you can see we have far less watermelon that actually survived, because I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that may be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 maybe. And at one point in time there was 56 seedlings out here. So the whole rest of those are pumpkins. And squash. I hope my black squash was successful in germinating. I don't recall. I'm trying to find the one that I found the other day. Lots of them are flowering, so they're starting. It's very fun. Love it, love to see it. Oh my gosh, I see lots of babies now. Okay, here's a baby. Ah, it's so cute. Look how tiny that is. Look at it. Look how tiny. And then I just saw this guy, which is probably new. Oh my God, that is the cutest thing ever. The cutest thing ever. Look at this. Look at this itty bitty pumpkin. Itty bitty pumpkin. Oh my God. Wow, I really need to check my gourd vines, because I bet you they're putting on babies. They grow, they're very similar to pumpkin vines. Very, very similar. Look at that guy. That is so cute. Oh my gosh, we're just going to town. I love it. Love it. This is fun. I'm going to have to do this every year. If you're like my husband and you like a clean garden, then a vine patch will annoy you until it grows in. So, it's all good. He deals with it just because he loves me. All right, let's go look. Hopefully it's not too mushy over here. We have clay soil, so when it rains a ton... Why are you so whiny? You almost can't even walk in it, but it's okay right now, so that's good. You can see my husband's footprints out here. These are our gourds. Look how Ernesto's getting lost in there. It's just these vines, when I've had them on a trellis, I've seen them go as far as 15 feet, you guys, one vine. Oh, you see a red tomato over there too. So, I'm looking, I saw some flowers. Gotta find the flower. I mean, there's a flower right there. So I can't wait to see what these do. It'll be fun to get these up off the ground. Wow, look at this. Is that a disease? I've never seen that. I'm gonna take a picture to send my husband. Might be a mildew just because we've had so much rain. Okay, so I don't think there's any gourd babies yet, but you guys, I literally grow these sheerly for like personal enjoyment. They make me happy. One thing too I did in a video with you guys was I planted some what did I plant? Sunflowers, where we had some spots missing. I think this is gourd too. Yeah. because we had holes, and those are slowly starting to come up. You can see my husband tills yuck tomatoes back in the garden. He just throws them down and tills them in. They'll just break down and feed the soil. But see these tiny little guys? These are the sunflowers we planted together. These are all red varieties, so it's going to be super fun to just have a mix when they start coming up. And in almost every place I've seen some. There's one little guy. There's a few smaller ones that got eaten down. And then, gosh, I need to harvest today. There's some, I don't know about this area. And then I didn't do over there. But, let's see. So, these tomatoes are looking fine. They're just behind. And we lost our plant tags, so we aren't really sure of what's what. This weird Italian variety I'd never grown before. It makes a lot. See, look at that. See that, almost like in bunches, like cherry tomatoes, but they're like a salad tomato size. And they are really good. They're just not like good for sandwiches. You know, they're just tiny. They're good for fresh eating. But see how short it is? Like everything's just been in here so long. So it's really weird to me that, and my husband, we're like, what is happening? I do want to bring out my new like spray gun fertilizer thing and hit just the tomatoes, because everything else is happy. So it could just be this back part of this garden is lacking. All right, so I need my hands, and I'm going to cut some zinnias. And find something to get the peppers in the kitchen garden. But look at all these flowers and the butterflies. I love the butterflies. Wow. I love this. I'm gonna have to do this every year. That's the fun thing about gardening. You try different things and you're like, well, that sucked, or wow, that was really difficult, or wow, that was beautiful and super easy, you know, and you just learn. And so my husband wanted to do one of those sunflower circles this year, where you do like not a complete circle, you leave a couple feet open so that it grows into like this little play place for kids. I have tried to do that before over in the old garden, and it just didn't have good germination. I think bugs or birds were eating my sunflower seeds. But he wanted to do that this year and mentioned it kind of too late. So we'll definitely try that again sometime. 'Cause that'd be fun. That'd be fun for Hadley and cute. I'd love to do a kid's garden, but anyways, it just makes my heart happy to see this garden look like this, because you guys, this is a blend of my style and my husband's style. This is the first year we have shared an in-ground garden. Now that may sound weird to a lot of you, but primarily it's because I am a new gardener who's been gardening 7 years maybe. And I began by studying organic gardening and permaculture and back to Eden methods and deep mulch and growing in the desert. And so for me, I approach gardening like this a home gardener, you know, right? Like most of us do. Well, my husband has been a farmer his whole life, working in row crop, big ag farming with tractors and pesticides and insecticides and all that jazz. So my husband he's been gardening for like over 20 years, and he's always gardened in this very spot, and he put in rows, and he tills between the rows, and he uses chemical fertilizers. And he's always grown like the same 4 things. That's what my husband's done. Always. And the only flowers he's ever had in this garden were sunflowers, and he's only done that 3 times. And 2 of those times were after we were dating. So that was, you know, upon my insistence. But the rest of the zinnias, you guys, my husband would have never done that. He doesn't care. He doesn't think to do it. He doesn't dislike it. He just thinks, I'm going to grow tomatoes and cucumbers and squash and zucchini, and I'm going to be happy. And if that's you too, cheers to you. You know, you do whatever you want to do. But me, I love experimenting. I love growing things for beauty and for pleasure as well as for food. And all of these flowers bring in pollinators to the garden, which I don't think is an issue. So it's not like the plants wouldn't do well if we didn't have them. However, the beauty of them is irreplaceable, in my opinion. The joy I get from seeing baby pumpkins and baby gourds. You guys, baby gourds are the cutest freaking thing ever. Whether they're birdhouse gourds are probably my favorite, because loofah gourds just look like a squash. But birdhouse gourds and some other varieties of squash, they just look like a tiny little bottle, you know, like a tiny little bottle that came from a seed in the ground that God made, that you're helping nurture, you know. And to me, that's just fascinating and wild. So this year we're mixing both of our styles, because I chose not to do my big in-ground garden because I knew it was going to be way too much work and I didn't want to do it. So we got flowers over here this year, you guys. We've got gourds over here, and we've got the vine patch. And so, you know, blending our two styles together, I think has resulted in just such a beautiful thing. Because, see, I try to hand pull weeds and do all organic gardening, and the most I would ever do in my old garden was till the walkways, and that's it, which I learned from him, because I never really knew that was a method before. So I used to just hoe weeds, or do deep mulch, or landscape fabric, whatever. But my husband showed me, which I'm stubborn, so it took me a couple years to see that by tilling your walkways once a week, maybe every 2 weeks, it keeps the garden looking really clean. It gets rid of the weeds. You're not killing your back with the hoe. And you can go through with the hoe and like kind of spot treat around the plants as needed. And it's not really harming anything. Some people believe that it's stirring up the soil. I don't know why they say it's bad, really. It's bringing nutrients from down in the soil up to the surface. I don't know if they just wither away or why that's such a bad thing, but either way, it's really the least like high maintenance. It's the low maintenance way to grow an in-ground garden without having to like mulch or constantly weed, you guys. Because as much as I love gardening, me and my back, we don't want to be weeding all the time. So this is beautiful. This is like our love child. This is the love child of mine and my husband's gardening styles mixed together, and it's beautiful. And I really feel like once the vine patch grows in over here, I think it's going to be lovely. And what we'll probably do is we'll just mow around the exterior. We may or may not till around the exterior inside the bed. But once they get big enough where like the whole area is filled in with vines, we will likely just go through and throw the vine up on itself, get it out of the way, and just mow around it. And I think it's lovely. And I like having this grass patch here in the middle too. Like this grass part I'm standing on, we would have had, you know, squash here last year. But it gives this section a time to rest. And it gives this big, huge center walkway down the middle, which is, you know, that wasn't intentional at all. That was like an oops, because my husband broke open this part of the garden, the top part, and this was going to be all of it. And when I got to looking at my seeds, I realized I had so many vines I wanted to grow. So then like 2 weeks later, he came and he opened up this part and left the walkway in the middle. And I just think it's perfect. I think it's perfect. I'm just going on and on and on about it, you guys. I guess this is all going to be a gardening video. But anyway, so let me pick some of these zinnias. I'm sweating. So sweaty right now. But so many to choose from. I was pointing out to my husband, like some of these bigger plants, if you kind of look down, you can see they're taller. And those are all of the ones that I did my first cut on. So zinnias just absolutely fascinate me. The more you cut them, the more they grow, the bigger they get. So everywhere you cut, 2 stems come out in its place. And so I've got to pick different ones to cut on so they can start catching up and getting bigger. And it's just fun and beautiful, and I love it. Here's what I picked. Ah, so lovely. My biggest bouquet so far of just zinnias. Love that. I'm tickled about that. That's going to be fun. Alright, this is how they turned out. Love it. Got a little cactus one right there. The ones I planted in the kitchen garden were cactus mixes, so that'll be fun when those start coming in. They look like that. They're all frilly. And then this is what I was able to pick from the kitchen garden. This came out of the in-ground garden. So I like it when peppers come in, because these we just dice and freeze. And I use all year long out of the freezer. So I'll get to that soon. The squash and the zucchini, we do fresh eating. I've not found a way to really store that or can it that I like. So just need to eat that up. But we are in that time of year where like with these tomatoes sitting on the counter, if I don't use them really soon, like if I don't use them today, I will get them in a freezer bag and get them in the freezer so they don't go bad, because I'm not canning yet. I don't have enough to start canning, so we'll save them until canning season. So I'm probably going to do that tonight, because we've got probably 10 or 12 in here that we're not going to eat tonight. So I'll get them bagged up. Anyways, really excited about that. So fun. So it's so fun to pick stuff from the garden and to have things growing and stuff. So was fun to give you guys an update on all those seeds that had germinated, because, you know, you were with me. We planted over 15 varieties in like 2 hours, and they're all growing. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end today's video here. Get my water, because I don't know if I'm going to get around to any projects around the house today. So if I do, you'll see that in the next video. But this is plenty of fun gardening stuff. Was almost like a garden tour, you guys, except I just didn't show you the shade bed, which honestly really needs to be weeded. So I think I'll do like an official garden tour here in the next week or so, after I have a chance to kind of just, there are a few areas where I would like to weed, but like I said, it's not bothering me tremendously, or else I would have done it. But they just look a little rougher than other areas. And so I would like to take care of those and then do an overall tour, which, you know, that would be good progress update, because our newest stuff right now is like a week old. So by then, we should actually just have seedlings up for everything that's actually gonna do well, and that'll be fun. So hopefully in the next video, you guys will be finishing out this dining room. I've just got to trim and cut in this Bali Sands color, primarily over here on the window, and figure out if we've got that ceiling trim and get that up. I think we do, so that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be really great, because then other than I guess I'll probably do my room after that, just so you kind of have an update on plans. I personally would like to do our room, because again, if you're new here, we've had 2 walls rolled green but not cut in going on 2 months now. So I need to cut that in and do the color for the other side. And we've decided we're going to get a bigger dresser that's wide to go on the short wall of our room, because our roof slopes down towards the back of the room. And I've been looking at some really cool furniture pieces online that I'm really inspired by, like antique looking chase lounges with velvety fabric and gemstone colors. And anyway, hey, by the way, I saw this tip on a YouTube channel, so I have to share it with you in case you don't know. If you love shopping on Facebook Marketplace, she was saying that the Facebook Marketplace has an algorithm just like YouTube, Google, and Facebook. And so basically, when you're scrolling Marketplace, whether you're just scrolling the homepage or you're searching for something specific, she said if you save favorites on anything, like you just save it because you like it, whether you want to or can buy it or not, if you just save it, the Facebook Marketplace gets to know your style and will show you more of those items. Isn't that amazing? So I was talking to my husband about that, because he scrolls Facebook Marketplace pretty much every evening looking at tools and farm equipment, which he pretty much just does it for fun. He's not shopping. I'm always looking for inspiration for different projects around the house and stuff. And I'm always looking for something specific. I never just scroll. So, but I did have a lot of things saved. And so I went in, I looked at the For You page for Facebook Marketplace and just started scrolling. And I loved like every other item. And I was like, oh my God, so it works. And I just started saving a ton more and just thought that was fascinating. So tip for you, in case you didn't know that, just like I didn't, but that's really fun, because then that home page will just be all kinds of stuff that you love. So if you were to see my For You page on Facebook Marketplace right now, you're going to see antique chairs, garden decor, outdoor furniture, because I'm still shopping for the outdoor living room, and that a whole lot of antique armchairs because I love them, even though I have nowhere to put one right now. I'm debating if I could add another one to our room and it not be too cluttered. I just love them. I love that, you guys, they just made chairs different, you know, all the way up to like the 70s. They were all cool. I'll bring you guys along, and hopefully in the next video, and we'll be working on stuff because I have found with you guys that some of you love the gardening videos and not the home videos. Some of you love the home videos and not the gardening videos. So this channel is about both. It's all of those things, the decorating, the organizing, the gardening, all of that. But I think that for video wise, it just makes more sense for them to be, the subject of each video to be one or the other. So anyway, that's my thoughts. That's my 2 cents. Who knows? I could totally go back on that and change whatever. Who cares? Anyways, thanks for being here. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.